You know what's really scary is not knowing what's going to happen with my life tomorrow. What do I mean by that? This week, I've learned to accept and embrace God. And I'm learning that more and more each day, what it truly means to actually feel that. When I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, I literally don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to pay for food. I don't know how I'm going to pay for rent. I don't know anything like that. Throughout my entire life, I've always been told that gotta make money. You gotta make money in order to survive. If you don't have money, how are you gonna live? How are you gonna feed yourself? How are you gonna get the things you want? How are you gonna go on the vacations you want? And I'm at this point now where I've completely let go of anything financial, which is kind of weird because I was a wealth manager before, high net worth wealth manager, and I successfully built and sold a business on my own. And here I was managing millions of dollars for my clients. And here I am right now telling you that I don't have any money and my fridge is pretty much empty, but I'm on a water fast right now. I just started in less than 24 hours into it, so it actually coincides perfectly. But not knowing where my food or my shelter is going to be, I have this place, beautiful place, super grateful for it right now in Nanaimo, and we have it until Thursday. And after Thursday, we have no idea how we're going to pay for anything, how we're going to get our food, anything like that. Yes, we can rely on our family, maybe by asking them, but I've made a decision that I don't want to ask my family, that I want to do this on my own. And the scary part is, doing it on my own, because I've been used to always having a backup plan, which is something I was brought up to always have a backup plan, to always have plan B. But actually, as I'm talking about this, I realize that I'm going after plan A, and plan A for me is to believe my way through life, whatever that might look like. And I feel like I'm a pioneer, like I'm going off on my own, and I'm really just diving deep into my faith in trusting. And trusting to me and having faith is kind of like nature. And I look at like birds or animals. Today I saw a deer because that's what Nanaimo is all about. We saw a deer, Sakiri and I, in the forest by the creek. It was just a wild deer, and it was so nice. And I stood there, and it stood there, and we both looked at each other, and we were just like communicating with each other. It was really nice, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to the deer, and I'm so used to being in Toronto and having animals like run away and scurry away quickly from me, that it was nice just to be able to look at the deer and to see it. And then we spoke, Sakiri and I, and we talked about how that's true wealth. True wealth is the ability to see life for what it is, to experience life the way that we feel comfortable experiencing it, and to know that everything that is true wealth has already been provided to us. And being here in Nanaimo has actually helped me to understand what that means, because I have the ocean, I have lakes, creeks, trees, nature, wildlife, the scenery, even the people are just so happy here, happy to be where they are. And just being here is actually helping me to realize that my true wealth is in everything around me, and it's also in me. And through all the challenges and things I've been through and triumphs as well over the years, it's helped me to realize that the best thing I have is myself. And something I wrote and a mantra I came up with yesterday is everything I need is within me. Everything I need is within me. Everything I need is within me. And as I'm saying that, I'm realizing it for myself. It's scary sometimes to go through the fear. It's not that I don't have food right now. It's that I'm choosing not to have food. I'm choosing to water fast. And so what I might have run to food for in the past, even a healthy snack, I don't have that right now. And the only thing I'm left with is myself. And so everything I need is within me also brings out those fears. And those fears come out and there's nothing there to subside them, to kind of block it. And that's what's scary, is facing those fears. And for me, one of the fears I have is something that I've grown up with, is that I need money to survive. I need money to be happy. But that actually isn't true, because the more I talk about this and the more I experience what Nanaimo has to offer and the more I experience what I have to offer to myself, the more happy and free I feel, the more love I feel in my life, the more successful I feel just being me. So yes, I came here on a whim saying I'm selling everything and I'm just going to do it based on faith and faith alone. Because I've lived the old life of working to get money and to have enough money to get somewhere, to do something. And that life is stressful. That life is a lot of worry, and there's a lot of anxiety that comes with that kind of life. And even though now I'm fearful of that kind of life, I'm fearful of not having the money to do it. Really, if I look at that, the root cause is an old belief that I'm learning to let go of. And this water fasting, I find, is helping me to let go of that, because it's bringing this fear up to the surface and I can't run away from it. I have to face it. And so this video is really important because it's an opportunity that I can share what's going on inside of me. And really, it's also helping me to learn about myself and to learn that I actually have everything I want. And I know you might be sitting there thinking you go through something like this too, and it's normal. These kind of things are normal. We have these old patterns that we've gone through and we've been dealing with, and that we've learned from our parents or friends or family or teachers or anyone as we've been growing up. And it's not our fault that we've learned this, because it's gotten us through life to the point where we can sit back like I am now, listen in silence and stillness to myself, and ask, what do I really want? And what I really want is just to be me. It's just to do what I want, how I want, when I want, with who I want. That's all. I just want to be me. And I don't know sometimes what being me really means. I just know that being me is how I feel in the moment. So it's, I do these practices, journaling and reading and meditating and stretching, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing them. And sometimes I have this gap of oh, should I be doing it? Or can I just sit still and do nothing? I mean, that is meditation too, but so I am meditating actually. One of the things I find is helping me right now is the Bible. The Bible's helping me right now. And I just started reading it about 2 weeks ago. I told Sakiria I bought the King James version of the Bible. Not a good idea if you don't understand like Old English at all. And I told her I bought a Bible, and she's like, why would you buy a Bible? You get them for free. And I was like, if God is upset that I paid $1.99 for his word, then I'm in trouble. But $1.99 I'm willing to spend to get a book that's been passed down for generations, or in my perspective is just here to tell me, to teach me about myself. And so I started reading it. Anyways, the King James Version, very, very challenging. But we actually went to a Baptist church yesterday, just randomly decided to go to it because it's down the street. Never been to a Baptist church. And actually, it was the most interesting time. It was the most fun I ever had. I really, really enjoyed it. Sakiria enjoyed it a lot as well. And everyone there was just super happy, super grateful. Everyone was just friendly, and they were so inviting. And even the pastor prayed for me. And during the sermon, I cried so much and I laughed. And then the pastor prayed for me at the end, and I just cried and smiled at the end as well. And it just touched me so deeply. It was amazing. Anyways, since reading the Bible a couple of weeks ago, and I just bought the new international version, the NIV, and I'm busting through that version. I love it. I can actually understand what's happening. Not ye shall unto, verily I say. I'm like, no. This is much more cohesive with how I want to read. Cohesive is a very big word. I don't know where that came from, but it came. But I'm just at the end of the day, I'm just grateful and thankful that I'm here, that I get to talk to you, that I get to express what's really happening. And I realize that this was just a video journal. And I realize that these video journals is something that I actually enjoy doing because it gets a lot out of me. And just grateful. That's it. Thank you.